To the Guide to Going Within event. My name is Becky Shapiro. I'm a mind, body, spirit coach, soul compass, and catalyst. And something that I have been really working on for the last year and a half is learning how to go within. So let's talk about why. Why would anybody want to go within? Well, for the most part, most of us don't actually know what that looks like. We don't know what it means. No one has taught us how to go within. In fact, we're kind of trained to disconnect ourselves from ourselves with everything in our life, whether it's your job and then we come home and we're on social media or watch television. All of these things are disconnecting us from ourselves. So if you don't ever make the time to connect to you and disconnect from everything else, you don't really know what you need or what you want. If you're never making the time for that, and it's not taught, it's not something that anybody shows us how to do. In fact, even as a child, we're taught to disconnect from ourselves. And we're taught to put everybody else first and to think of others and to look at this and look at that. We don't give kids a whole lot of time anymore, especially today, to just use their imagination and to connect within. We push a lot of tech on them and give them a lot of things to do. And so we grow up and that's what we do as adults. We give ourselves a lot of things to do that are disconnecting us from us. So, because of that, because we don't know how to go within, most of us feel unheard, whether that's at work, whether that's with your family. Definitely your inner voice is most likely feeling unheard. And, it starts with you. If you're feeling unheard by everyone around you, chances are pretty good you're not even listening to yourself, right? Everything is like a mirror. If you're feeling invisible, if you're feeling unheard, you got to turn that back around to yourself and ask yourself, where am I not listening to myself, or why am I feeling invisible to myself? Okay, so we are not taught to listen to ourselves. We're not taught to tune into our own body. What does it feel like? What is it telling us? We're not taught to connect to our energy. Our energy is very important to connect to and to read and to understand. And so our body is always talking to us. Always. If you are having physical symptoms, that is at that point your body is yelling at you. Your emotions, when you're feeling that in your body, that's talking to you as well. But we don't listen. And again, it comes back to nobody has taught us how to do this. So we run around, we ignore ourselves, and we make everyone else a priority. And we are completely shutting ourselves down from who we are, what we want, what we desire. So a lot of us feel that it's selfish to make the time to just go within. Right? I had to let go of a lot of mom guilt in order to start putting myself first, even every now and then, let alone a couple times a day. And it is actually really healthy for you to put yourself first, not every single second, but for parts of the day, because it gives you that energy back that you need in order to truly connect with the people around you. And in fact, that's a point right there. If you cannot connect to yourself, if you don't know how to fully connect to yourself, you can't fully connect to anyone else, right? So the amount of connection that you're going to have with others in your life, and that includes, partners and children, is limited to the amount of connection that you have to yourself. If we can't deepen the connection to us, we cannot deepen the connection to others. So that's another good reason for learning how to go with it. So the next couple weeks here inside this event are meant to show you how to connect within. And I'm not an expert at this yet because I learned just recently that there's a whole ocean of Becky that I have not dived into yet. And so I'm working on it. I am deliberately making time to connect with my soul and have conversations and get to know more about me, because we tend to tend to ignore ourselves. We don't really want to know. It's like we're scared to truly get to know ourselves. So pretty much daily, I'm going to come in and share a short live. I'm going to try to keep them to 5 minutes or less, except for on the winter solstice. That's going to be as long as it's meant to be, so that you can do these when you have a chance. Some of them you might be able to listen to while driving. Others, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and obviously connect with it. Don't have to come in daily, but any chance you get, pop in, see what's there. I'm going to be sharing also posts that give you helpful tips on how to connect with it. You're welcome to ask me questions at any time. And I hope you enjoy this. I know that I'm actually excited to do this with you. So let me know if there's anything I can do for you, if you have any questions, and let's go within.